There comes a point when even the master must accept that his student's shadow has grown beyond reach. King Zhen Yan, one of humanity's most formidable immortals, always recognized potential in Luo Feng. But what he never foresaw was how quickly that spark would blaze into something the universe itself would fear. When the reports arrived, filled with tales of slain immortals, shattered legions, and a disciple who had earned over 1 billion merits, Zhen Yan's heart trembled. The cosmic order had shifted, and the boy he once mentored now stood at its center. Welcome back to Donghua Minute, where we uncover the untold truths behind the stories you thought you knew. Today's tale comes straight from the original novel, where events unfold far deeper than in the Donghua version. So, prepare yourself as we witness the moment when Luo Feng's rise shook even the immortals who once guided him. Luo Feng wasn't born into divinity. He didn't inherit a crown, nor was he chosen by fate. He began as nothing more than a determined human youth, fragile compared to the cosmic titans that ruled the stars, ignored by the immortals, doubted by his peers. But within him burned a will that refused to yield. King Zhen Yan, feared across countless realms, saw that ember in the boy's heart and decided to cultivate it. He taught Luo Feng the essence of patience, strategy, and survival, the path of a warrior who could walk through the void without losing himself to it. Yet even Zhen Yan, with all his foresight, could not imagine just how far that spark would reach. Then came the war that changed everything, the Extraterrestrial Battlefield, a realm drenched in blood and chaos where immortals fell like rain and only the ruthless endured. Zhen Yan expected Luo Feng to survive, perhaps even stand out among the countless soldiers. But what came next defied every expectation. One after another, reports began to pour in. Luo Feng was cutting through enemy forces, not just enduring, but commanding. He was slaying immortals, beings who had lived and fought for eons. It seemed impossible, a junior disciple destroying entities worshipped as gods. Yet the truth could not be denied. Each kill echoed across the cosmos. Each victory etched his name deeper into the annals of war. And when the numbers were tallied, the total was beyond belief, 1 billion merit points. When Zhen Yan heard that number, he thought it was an error. Even seasoned immortals would struggle their entire lives without reaching such a height. But the reports were clear, the witnesses countless. His disciple, his once mortal student, had become a tempest that swept across the battlefield. For the first time in countless years, King Zhen Yan felt something unfamiliar. Not just pride, but fear. Fear of what this rise meant for the universe's balance. Fear of the storms that power would summon. And most of all, fear for what fate might demand from Luo Feng in return. He remembered their early days, the lessons, the setbacks, the moments when failure seemed inevitable. And he remembered the boy's eyes, burning with that same indomitable fire. Perhaps I should have seen it then, he thought. This child was never meant to remain in anyone's shadow. With that campaign, Luo Feng's name was carved into legend. The billion merits weren't just numbers, they were proof. Proof that he had transcended mortality. Proof that even Zhen Yan had underestimated the destiny he had unleashed. From that day, Luo Feng was no longer simply a disciple. He was a force of nature, a storm no one could contain, a sign that humanity's era of fear might finally end, or begin anew under the weight of his power. But every light that burns too bright casts a shadow. Zhen Yan knew that Luo Feng's rise would draw countless eyes, allies, rivals, and gods alike. He could only wonder, would his disciple survive the storms that awaited him? Or would his brilliance blaze too fiercely and invite the wrath of the cosmos itself? And so the question lingers, is Luo Feng's rise the universe's greatest blessing? Or its coming calamity? If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us what you think below. Until next time. This is Donghua Minute, where legends are reborn through the power of storytelling.